Hey, I'm Broken World Entertainment, and here we go again with some crazy game news, which I'm sure you've seen and heard about already, but we're going to go over it ourselves here. It is, of course, this whole scenario surrounding Helldivers 2 and what they are now forcing gamers into doing. And it's interesting that they're now doing this after the whole debacle with Stellar Blade censorship, that people start cancelling their PlayStation subscriptions to the network. So, what has Sony done? Well, Sony decided, oh, you want to play Helldivers on Steam? You're going to have a network account for PlayStation. Yeah, so you're going to play the game on PC, nothing to do with PlayStation or Sony, and all of a sudden you are now being told, oh, you want to continue playing it, you're going to have to sign up and have your details on the PlayStation network. Yeah. But there is a big problem with that, which is, of course, the PlayStation network isn't in every country. So, what are those people supposed to do? Well, apparently their community manager claims that players in countries where the PlayStation Network is not available will not need to link Steam accounts, which is interesting, seeing as they are saying it's mandatory that you have to sign up to the network. Now, here's the other thing that's going on, is this is probably going to lead to a lot of lawsuits, mainly over refunds, because a lot of people are now demanding their money back, saying, hang on, I didn't buy this game to sign up to the PlayStation's terms of conditions. That's not what I signed up for, nor am I going to open a PlayStation Network account to do so. So I'm not playing the game, I want my money back. Well, it turns out, if you've seen Friday Night Tights over on Nerdrotic's channel, as from Heel vs. Babyface, he put in for a refund on the game, and he got denied. He was told there's no refund for this, for the reason they said you played it for too much time. So the game has been out for 3 months. Then they do this, and now people want their money back, and by the looks of it, they're going to be telling people you're not getting your money back because you've had too many hours playing the game. I'm pretty sure you cannot do that, especially seeing as this whole debacle about this PlayStation Network, they're trying to say this was always known that this was going to be the case, that you were going to have to. No, it wasn't. They never mentioned it. It was nowhere. This came out of the blue to people that were playing this game, where everyone went, hang on a second, we never heard about this. You never said anything about this was going to be a mandatory thing. What are you talking about? But here is the statement that they put out, which is just ridiculous. So here it is. It says, attention Helldivers. Due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. See details below in this post. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studios games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. It also allows those players that have been banned the right to appeal. As such, as of May 6th, all new Helldiver 2 players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account. Current players of Steam will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th and will be required to have linked a Steam and PlayStation Network account by June 4th. PlayStation Network accounts are free and easy to set up using this link. And it gives you the link. We understand that while this may be an inconvenience to some of you, this step will help us to continue to build a community that you are all proud to be a part of. Many thanks for your continued support of Helldivers 2. Sony Interactive Entertainment. Are you kidding me? If this was the case, that it was a known fact that you were going to have to sign up to a PlayStation Network account, why wasn't that on the box of the product? Why wasn't that in any emails when you purchased and downloaded the product? Why was it not on an opening screen? It was never there. And I think this is a reaction to the Stellar Blade censorship that has people turning off the network and getting rid of it. That they want to boost the numbers back up. So now they're going to force you into doing it on a completely different setup. It's not even on PlayStation. You're playing it on Steam and they want you on a PC and they're like, oh no, you have to sign up for this. And what I love here as well is they're saying it's so they can easily ban people who are griefing. And the griefing part, of course, comes from the fact that friendly fire is not turned off in this game. So you can accidentally kill your teammate, which of course leads to funny reactions and stuff like that. But if you have a reaction where you're calling them all types of names, the system, and this is the thing, the system is going to be basically AI controlled and will deem your behavior toxic and whatnot and ban you. So now they want you to buy the game, set up a network, the PlayStation Network account to play the game, and then the service could deem that, oh, you're a bit too abusive or something, and ban you. And then they're refusing to also refund you. How is any of this making sense? And now it's turning out we're seeing a lot, and I mean a lot, of the people who are actually working behind the scenes on this game. The mask has basically come off and we're seeing what true pieces of crap they are. We have, which I've been showing throughout this video here and there, you'll see especially Grums is really doing the work and getting everything about them. And we're seeing like this one called Misty, who went out, said horrendous things at the gamers, how much she hates gamers, all this stuff, instantly protected her account, and now has deleted her account. And we're seeing so much of this, and to the point that one of the managers of the whole thing had to come out and apologize, saying he kind of overstepped the mark. But fans aren't happy either about this. You know, you're seeing people really call this out, like people like this saying, I don't have a PlayStation account, nor do I want one. I will seek a refund for this if a PSN account is enforced. You're already using a trash anti-cheat on a PvE game. It's like Sony doesn't want PC players to play their most popular titles. Literally 100 to 0 in 3 weeks. I for one cannot imagine many players will tolerate being forced to create a Sony account just to play Helldivers 2 when that is not required for God of War, Monster Hunter World, or Armored Core 6. Another one wrote, can you explain to me how selling my personal data to Sony PlayStation will make me safer? I play on PC and don't want to have an additional account with my personal data anywhere else, whether it takes a minute or 10. And see, this is where people are really kind of pushed back as well, where they're saying, oh, it's going to make you much safer on an account that constantly gets hacked. The amount of data breaches that the Sony Network account has had is insane. And they're trying to tell you, hey, yeah, send all your information to us. Don't worry, it'll be great. It's like, Jesus. You had people saying, and with that, the game is dead. That was fast. Someone else said, well, that's pretty stupid. Game is perfectly fine as is. Another one said, if this goes true, a lot of people will decide the game is not worth it. I'm one of them. Someone else wrote, what a pain in the ass. Says, I don't want my shit linked, even if I already have one. You, whoever made this decision, it's basically F you to whoever's doing it. It just, everyone is pushing back against it, saying like, oh, hang on, I'm playing it online. I'm playing it on Steam. We're having fun, everything else, and now you're going to try and force us into signing up for something none of us want. Like, it's ridiculous. And they truly have just killed this game. I've already seen people who were saying they were about to buy this game and now they're not going to bother. They're like, nope, why would I buy it? You know, there's a lot of people who's out there saying, I have a thing on PC, I don't own a PlayStation, I don't have an account. Why would I set up a PlayStation account? Why would I agree to Sony's terms to play this game on PC? It makes no sense. They really have just destroyed themselves with this. And if they turn around in a month's time or something and say, you know what, that was bad on our part, sorry about that, we're kind of, we took it too far, you're not going to have to link to accounts, so people are going to say, tough, I'm not coming back, I don't trust you. And why would they? You know, it's such a stupid thing to do. And then when they're telling people, hey, it's absolutely mandatory that this is going to be the case, that they had to come out and say, oh, the countries who don't have access to those PlayStation accounts, don't worry about that. Yous don't need to sign up. Doesn't quite make sense. If it's mandatory, then it's mandatory. You have to do it. But they're saying you don't have. And they've only said that after people from countries who don't have access to the PSN came out and went, my country doesn't have that. Are you going to refund me? And this is where kind of lawsuits could come in, like small claims lawsuits, not big massive yokes, even though you probably get a couple of people trying to, is the fact that they're refusing refunds, even though people have all the information that shows that this was never a thing. There was never information saying, oh, this is just temporary, that you can play this like this. You know, once everything's sorted, you're going to have a link to a PlayStation network. It was never a thing. It never existed. So if all of a sudden they're saying, no, this was always a thing, now you have to sign up and we're not giving you refunds, yeah, that's big trouble for them. So let's see what happens with this, and let's just see how quickly this game, which everyone was enjoying, let's just see how quickly it dies a death, because it probably will, unfortunately. And don't forget, this is a game, and they're trying to say now, oh, do they not realize how many alphabet people worked on this game, and people of color and stuff? It was actually super woke and everything else like this. This is actually the developers saying this. These are the same people who, when someone said, I want a trans flag cape, they said, no, we're not putting any political messaging into the game. It's Super Earth and that's it. Nothing else. And, you know, they got shit for that. And it was like, no, the game has nothing to do with the real world and stuff like that. And now they're trying to also say, oh, the gamers are stupid because they don't realize Super Earth is actually the villain. I don't know. It's so strange. What a way to kill your game. Well done. 3 months in and you've killed the thing. Idiots. Anyway, with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.